Maryland sports fans, there's only one sports book in the great state of Maryland with over 50 years experience booking bets and supporting customers. Betfred Sportsbook at Longshots is now open and is the only sportsbook in Frederick offering cash betting on football, basketball, world soccer, and more. Visit the Betfred Sportsbook at I-270 and MD-85 in Frederick, right next to Longshots off-track betting. Go to betfredsports.com for more information and your chance to win exclusive merchandise. Must be 21 or older. Play responsibly. For help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian. I'm hanging out with Rosie and Jason from not a band, but some ghostly things in Night Terror Collective.
Loud Spot.
Okay, before we start this episode, I do want to remind everyone to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check us out on all podcasting platforms. Okay, so this, I normally do band interviews. I don't always do band interviews, and now we got Rosie and Jason on Night Terror Collective. I'm going to start with Rosie on this since I had reached out to you. I've talked on the phone a couple times about maybe coming on the show, and we're finally doing it. So what is the Night Terror Collective?
The name actually Jason came up with, but if you want a description, it is the name of our paranormal team. We do research and investigations. We do public investigations. We've traveled to several places. We do private investigations and home investigations, help people try to figure out what's going on at their houses, if they need cleansing or prayers, like cleansings of the home, cleansings of themselves. That's basically what we do.
How, Jason, how do you guys get into this? I mean, because, there's all those TV shows and people always say, oh, that'd be so cool if I did it. But then to actually do it is a whole different thing. So Jason, is this kind of your project? Did you bring Rosie in, or how did it start?
Yeah, that's part of it. We did a sort of like what you call like a casting call. But before that took place, her and I were already kind of talking about it. And when that happened, she was very interested, and we had a couple other people that were really into it, and then showed up, and we went from there, and just kind of it became what it became. Man, it was started out kind of small, but then it just kind of exploded. So.
Is there any money in doing it? Is it mostly free? Like, do you charge people to do this?
Yeah, no. There is money in it if you're into the network part of it, as far as like the big contracts with the TV stations and the Travel Channel, all that stuff. Obviously, everybody watches, but
Paraflix.
So you try to sell your videos to them, then, right?
No, all of our stuff is completely free. We don't charge anybody for investigations, or even some of the places we've gone, across the country. It costs it's out of our pocket, and we don't get paid in any way of us doing it.
How to get onto those? You usually have to answer a casting call for them, and then you send them stuff, and then they decide to pick whoever they want to be on shows or what teams they want to be on their shows.
Okay, so that's how it works.
Yeah, then you get paid.
Okay. You ever go to like let's say a house that someone's like, oh my God, my house is haunted, or there's stuff going on? Do you ever fear that something's gonna like stick to you when you leave, like attach themselves to you? Because you hear about stories like that all the time, and some people are gonna look at me and be like, some people don't believe in this shit, right? They're like, oh, yeah, whatever. But to me, it's like impossible to not believe. It's just reality to me, Do you ever get scared that you're gonna leave somewhere and something's gonna follow you out?
Yeah, no, we take precautions for those things. We do protection prayers. We have holy water, holy oil, that kind of thing, and then we do, and most importantly, make sure we tell the spirits that they have to stay there. They can't follow us. So.
You sing that song, "Holy Spirit, activate." Holy Spirit, activate.
Right.
Who is that by? I might have to look it up.
I'd be singing if I was there, man.
No, we haven't. I don't know that song, but it sounds cool. But we have actually had stuff happen, weird stuff happen. No, I haven't heard that.
You're not on TikTok, I guess, huh?
No, right now I closed it out because I was on it and like not doing laundry and not doing dishes and just scrolling their TikTok. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to get up and do stuff. So
It comes from a Family Feud show. Okay, we got some pictures though that that Rosie sent over to us, and we're gonna go through them. I think there's 9 pictures. Okay, now this is if you're listening on audio, you're just gonna have to listen to the description or go to YouTube and watch some of these things that we're gonna play on here because this is kind of going to be a visual episode. So let me pull this up on screen here and let me pause it right away. Okay. Oh, let's go back. Let's go back to this one. Okay. What? No. Okay. Explain what this is. You know, let me take off.
That's a before photo, and there's another one of the same shot that's after that showed something in it that I circled. So they actually go together.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't put them in order.
That's okay.
So we'll go to the next one then. So we'll have to come. We'll have to. So people that are watching, remember this photo? Oh, the yellow circle you did.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I did. So we'll get to that picture. Okay. Now is that like equipment?
That is a Geo box. It's one of very few, and an Ovilus. The one in her hand. That's my daughter, by the way. The one in her hand is an Ovilus. And the box is a Geo box. You would actually hook up devices to it that have feed through radio stations really quick. You can speed it up or slow it down.
Can you hold that up a little bit? Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool.
You see it?
Yep,
this is an S box, but you can buy lots of different ones. There's an SB11 and an SB7, and this is an S box.
Is that do the same sounds?
I can actually show you really quick what it does if you want me to.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Xbox. Scanning.
And you put headphones in it so that you can hear a lot better. You can put noise canceling headphones in it, and you're going to press these scannings and see it scans through there, and spirits actually talk to you through the white noise in between the stations. So
do you scan your own house and listen to things?
I've had stuff happen here before. I don't really know if I've actually used this on like my house before. It also has a flashlight on it. This one does, by the way. Box from Ghost Stop has a flashlight on it too. But I don't know if I've actually done that here, but I have had a lot of weird stuff happen here, which is why I kind of started doing this in the first place.
Okay. Let's go to the next picture here. That is, you bring your kids involved like that.
That's actually not my kid. Yeah, that's not my kid. It's one of my friends from, I've been friends with her since before this girl was born. And she had already been, the other girl that her mother had been on a team before, that they moved to Texas far away. And so her daughter has been raised kind of wanting to do this stuff. And she was doing dowsing rods here, and she's almost 11.
Okay.
And still kind of young, but.
And that's another. I do want to make note also that Night Terror Collective does have their own podcast, and they go live on Facebook. They got a YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is called, what's the YouTube channel called? It's something different.
The Spectral Sailor is the one that we have everything on right now until Night Terror Collective. YouTube is up and running.
Okay.
The Spectral Sailor.
The Spectral Sailor. So you can watch
on Facebook and YouTube.
So we're gonna play a couple of videos, and you can watch some of these other videos if you want to later on their YouTube channel. Okay. Next picture here. What is that? Is that like an old house?
It's an old Southern hospital, and that's all that we're literally allowed to say because of a contractual agreement you sign when you go to this location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay.
They definitely don't want to be known as a haunted location.
That would make sense. So this is that same picture from the first one, right?
Yeah, and then there was something weird that just happened to appear right there, and the one after it. And the one after that, and the one after that, and the two before that didn't have this whatever that just is there, and it looks
kind of like an outline of something, and you can't see me point to the screen, but there's definitely a I can't even tell what that is though. People are gonna look at it, and this is done with like your phone or something, right? Or like a camera.
I just took the photos with my phone. We have cameras that we use, and we have video cameras and stuff that we use, but this is just with a phone, an iPhone.
Okay. All right. And is this a ghost talking?
This is when you ask questions and you use a device called an Ovilus, and you actually get a word that pops up that responds to what the question you're asking.
So how do people know if like it's real? Like can the device just kind of say whatever? Like does it actually respond to questions specifically a lot of times?
I'll let Jason answer that one.
Go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, what happens is it's got a word bank built into it, and spirits can manipulate that to to form what they're trying to communicate. And then sometimes you have to put the puzzle together in a way, but it does pertain to the conversation you're having. And so it goes off of that. So it just builds with each word. It could be something different, and then it might not make sense, but that's why you see different words there in that list. It just it goes with the conversation. The spirit has to use a lot of energy to make those to make those words come out for us. So sometimes it sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it is a work in progress. It's just like having a conversation with somebody who can't really hear or see that great.
I think it's not like that at all. I think it's very different than that. No, it probably is like that. It's crazy to think about. And this is like a normal thing for you because this is what you do. I'm finding out for a living. I'm sure it's more of a hobby. I would assume that you just do a lot of, I don't know. But, to have all this equipment and all these things and dive right into it, this is just your reality, right?
It's very much time put into it. I would say it would be a second job, honestly. Jason, would you not?
Yeah, no, it is for sure.
You have to put money and pay your own way to travel. You got to pay your own places to get in the locations. You got to pay for hotels. So you got to be very passionate about and dedicated to it.
I'm going to talk about where you got. So there's just another one of those pictures, a couple more of those. Okay, what is that thing?
I'll let him tell.
Like in the woods somewhere.
He picked this location.
You can't disclose this location either?
Oh no, he can. I'm going to let him tell about it because he picked this location.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually called the Gates of Hell. This location is that is the actual name of where we were. It is a place in eastern Oklahoma, I can tell you that. But this area is really rich within the devil worshiping area and things like that. And so we wanted to investigate the entire area, which includes a cemetery and the surrounding woods. And we're out in the middle of the woods. There's there's nobody out there but us crazy people, So we're out there just snapping pictures, and we were able to capture this apparition out in the middle of the woods. It was just Rosie and I that were standing there, and we were doing some stuff with using what's called the Estes method and trying to hear some stuff through the spirit box, and we were able to hear a woman scream and that kind of thing, and then that kind of went along with that.
Wow.
And the device that you had the photos of before with the word bank, there had been words coming up that said leave, go away. I don't remember if it said demons or something like that, to that effect.
See, I would have quit. Right there. I don't know. I'm out.
I did look at Jason and I was like, dude, the area we're in,
no,
I don't feel safe. So let's go out of this area, because there was actually like a circle. It looked like made out of trees. Like they laid it on the ground like a cultic circle made out of trees. And so this photo is actually in the one before it. There was nothing in that circle. There was nothing in that spot. And the photo after it, there was nothing there. And to me, like if you magnify it, and I have done so with photography, programs, that it looks like a witch. And people told us we were full of crap. So I actually went back the next day and did a live video and showed this exact spot. And I said, do you see anything there that could have looked like this? Nothing is there. It was flat.
People are going to think you're full of crap anyways. I mean, just doing what you do in general. People are going to like, whatever. You're making people are going to say you're making yourself see these things. You're wanting something to happen because that's what you're doing. And I don't think that. Okay. And then that's the end of it. Okay. All right. Let me remove this here. That is absolutely nuts. I mean, getting into something like this. We got a couple of videos I want to play. Let me take this. That's this one right here. This one's only a minute long. What first let's get into this. What is this? What are we videoing? And is this someone's house that they called you guys into come do your what would you call it? Your ghostly activities?
Investigations.
What's the name for it?
And a paranormal investigation. I'll let
Paranormal. Thank you. Not like
yeah, Jason,
activities.
you can tell if you want to.
Paranormal investigations. Go ahead with the story.
No, this is one of our booked locations, and it's kind of like when we go, we go all over the country at some of the most, famous haunted places, like Waverly Hills, or maybe like the Haunted Hill House in Texas or whatever. But
Okay.
this is the Clayton House in Fort Smith, Arkansas. And it's an old historic house, is built in the early 1800s, and we were there doing an open investigation. That's where we kind of invite people with us to who are interested in the paranormal. We kind of show them how we do things, and it's a pretty cool event when we do this. But what we're doing here is I was just setting up a REM pod device on that table up there, and I was just leaving the room. This is before we even started an investigation, and it started going off. And then I asked it a couple of questions, and it responded. So
okay,
and you can see there's no one around it touching it.
We got the video, so let's watch it here. Let's see what happens.
Are you doing live?
No.
So just to verify, there is nobody in this room. And our REM pod is going crazy. There's somebody in there. Can you make that REM pod go off again? Can you touch it? There you go. Good job. If you're a female, touch it twice.
Are we listening to that high frequency beeping sound?
Yep.
And that's the spirit breaking the electromagnetic field of the device by interacting with their energy.
Okay, and that's a candle you guys have. Is that a candle you guys have lit in the back of the wall there?
There shouldn't. That light is actually it lights up itself.
Yeah.
When it's touched.
Okay.
You can let go. Good job.
Well, what is ours? Her husband is a female here. She's about 30 years old, dark hair.
So was that you, Jason? Was that you talking?
Yeah, that was me talking the entire time, and I was asking it to do things for me, and it was doing it on command. So that's how I know we were talking with something intelligent. So
that's crazy. We have one more video. Now this was an 11-minute video. I just took it down to like 1 minute. Then I got to play a video for my wife. My wife started her own YouTube channel to film stuff in our own house. Okay,
awesome. I'm glad. I think she told me that.
Yeah.
She sent me a video or two.
She's always like talking
she cracks me
things. I don't like to talk about too much. I'm just trying to drink a beer and have fun, man. She wants to talk about all kinds of other stuff when we're hanging out. So hold on. Okay.
She's a spiritual lady.
She is. Video file, video 2. Okay. Let's open this up here. Okay, let's go back to this.
Would manifest, and then they disappear real quick, and then come back in a second. But this guy was on the microwave right in front of me. He went back over on the left. Then he was behind this thing looking out both sides of it.
Are you picking up?
Yep.
He's in the chair. He's sitting in the fucking chair.
Yeah. Come on, talk to me, would you?
Dude, he was sitting in the chair. Yeah. I saw it.
Yeah. I knew it was right there, but I didn't. Oh, getting ready.
Dude, that was...
Yeah, that's pretty compelling, too, when he's sitting in a chair.
He's just sitting there.
I think he comes back.
It's blowing their minds, I think, that we're seeing them. Here, let's see.
It could be.
I just saw you here. Were you talking to this device for me? We don't want to scare you or anything. This is a new tool that we can see and tell if your spirit is nearby. Can you tell me your name?
The noise you hear in the background is that obelisk
standing right here with me. Don't give up on us. We want to see you again. I'm going to look around and see if he's hiding. It's crazy.
So I cut that video. I cut that video short. Does he wind up coming back? And is that something that you can do if you want to get into paranormal investigations, right? And or as I like to apparently call ghostly activities. Is that something that you'd want to buy something like that? Because that's almost proof of something. Because you can't just go into any house and have that thing and something shows up, right? Not does every house have something you think, or certain ones?
No,
Not
I think
every house has shown up something with that. Not every place has.
Right.
Have you guys gone into a paranormal investigation where you found absolutely nothing?
Yeah. It does happen. The thing about it is, we're competing against with the shows on TV, and everybody thinks they have an idea of what we do, and then when they actually go on investigation, or if we're at their house, there could be absolutely nothing happen, and they swear these things are happening in their house, but they don't understand that it's not like TV, man. Those guys are there sometimes a location a week, and they edit all that stuff down and make it look exciting and stuff. But there's times we just sit there and absolutely nothing ever happens. That's just part of it.
At that point, you just tell them to get off the crack.
Well, we do have like a questionnaire. There's a questionnaire that we do ask some questions sometimes.
You ask if they're on crack.
I made like a field interview card. That's not one of the questions, but I guess it would kind of like, is there drug use history, or is there mental illness history? You know what I'm saying? Like on Ghostbusters.
Paranoia history, because people might just hear things that aren't really actually there, but then you really have people that things move. Okay, here's this video from my house, okay? I'm gonna pull it up right here, and I'm gonna lay it out. And this is not very long, but this is a very interesting one. Let me add the stream. Okay, so my wife, this is in. Let me remove my overlay right here. My wife is in the kitchen. She decides, because we have like weird things happening in our room, so she decides to put the phone on the dresser and let it record. She comes into and you can hear us in the kitchen talking, and nobody's in the room when this happens. Okay. So let me go to my YouTube thing over here if I can push play, because this is coming from YouTube. Did you see the TV? So this black thing comes across the TV, and people say it's that lady's hair. Now, then the room turns black. So let's go back here just a little bit. So you're going to look right there on the corner of the TV, and then boom, the room turns black.
Okay, yeah.
And then right back up. Now, nobody is in the bedroom when this happens. And people are like, maybe it's that girl's hair or that lady's hair right there, but that she's in the video afterwards.
It's not her hair.
And no one saw the room go black. Anything's not until my wife went back. Anyway, she has a bunch of different paranormal like orbs, and you can see our blankets. Actually, in another video, you can see the blankets.
I've seen the blanket moving, and it looks like there's something creepy, just like a tail or like a snake or something underneath there.
And what's crazy, my daughter's sleeping on the bed, and people are like, "Oh, well, those are her legs." I'm like, first of all, my daughter's not that tall to reach that whole end of the bed. She's like 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old when we filmed that. And her legs don't move in like a weird circular pattern. Like her legs move like normal, kid legs.
Right.
They don't move in circles.
I didn't think it was her legs. I'm pretty sure you or your wife sent me that, and I did not think it was her legs.
Yeah, and so we moved into this house, and once we moved into this house, we've noticed things right away happening. It kind of happens everywhere we go. I think we're just her or I just kind of have these things going on. And we were actually going to have a paranormal investigation. We thought about calling your guys' team to come do a paranormal investigation. Rosie, we talked about that. Mm-hmm. And my wife decided to not want to do it. She didn't want to stir something up just in case it was something. Although if we were to go back, she may think it's like an animal spirit or something like that at this point. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm sitting on the couch and I feel like the couch, like little paws moving behind me.
Oh my gosh.
And I look to see if it's my dog or my cat. And now I don't even look anymore. Now I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'm not even going to pay any attention to you.
Don't eat my Cheetos, bro.
I don't know that you're here.
Don't eat my snacks if you're going to haunt me.
Have either of you ever been like super scared of like in someone's house to where you felt uncomfortable and could not complete the investigation?
No, not to this point. Not for me, anyways.
Okay.
I have a location that it wasn't a person's house, but the first time I ever saw a shadow figure, like a full, probably like 6 foot shadow figure, walk past the end of a hallway, that kind of creeped me out.
Yeah, it would be creepy. I would be creeped out. See, because I thought about getting into stuff like this, but it, like the idea sounds cooler than actually doing. Because I get fucking scared just in my house sitting on my couch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I can't imagine going into someone else's house. Jason, how long have you been doing the paranormal investigation for?
Yeah, we've been doing this since 2018.
Oh, so just
And
4 years.
yeah, and it's come from things happening with both of us really from an early age, and then it's kind of stuck with us being adulthood, and then finally when the team was formed and stuff, we were just like, let's just do it full fledged and go ahead 100%. That's what we've been doing, and we've been lucky enough to investigate some of the most haunted places in the country.
So when you first start doing paranormal investigation, I would assume like people that are going to do it, they're just going to jump in thinking that they know everything about paranormal investigations. You've done all your research, blah blah blah, and then you get in it 4 years later. Are you still learning new things or new techniques and be like, oh fuck, I wish I would have known that when I first started?
Yes.
Like, is there a learning curve that people don't understand when they're first?
There's a lot of learning curve, and actually, some stuff can happen that's actually kind of dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
Like spiritually, energetically, health wise, mentally, you can be affected if you just go out and do this stuff because it looks fun. You can actually be affected, and I know many people besides myself. And he's had things thrown at him, but I have been like attacked, like physically, like inside, like sick wise or mentally or emotionally or spiritually attacked. And I've known many, many people that have had things happen to them.
You ever had the scratches, like the 3 scratches?
I think he has had scratches. I have not.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's like I was talking earlier about taking the precautions about things following you home. Sometimes it doesn't matter what we do. It's a strong enough energy. It will, and it can follow you home. And, something has followed me home from a location before. And, I woke up with 3 scratches on my arm, but other than that, there's little things happen, but nothing really physically. So that's the only time I've really been scratched. So.
I got some buddies in a band called A Murder by Love, which is that's their poster right there. They actually own a haunted house here in Oklahoma, which they open up like on Halloween, like the month of Halloween.
Oh
like
my
October,
gosh.
for haunted. It's like the 9th biggest one in like the world or something crazy. Like they have different worlds inside of it. They decorate it all. And they're going to shoot a music video there they call it The Haunt is what they call it. It sits on like, I forgot how many acres. I wish I would have had him on the show, but it's here in Oklahoma. And we should be there doing a music video here in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to take some pictures, but it's a haunted house that's actually also haunted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's several of those. And also, supposedly, the activity of doing the haunted attraction there amps up the spiritual and the haunted activity that's there.
Yeah. Okay, we got one last. I got an audio clip that we're gonna play now. Rose, and we're gonna find out. I heard it. You have to listen very carefully. I'm gonna make sure my audio is all the way turned up.
And anyone watching this, turn your audio all the way up.
I'll turn your audio all the way, and I'll try to turn it up when I go to put it in Audacity. Okay, let me go to you sent to me on Messenger. Okay, let me see if I can rewind it first. And Rosie, and what does hold on. What does the thing say again?
It whispers "go away" and it sounds like a young boy or a young girl. It's a child.
Okay, is this Jason talking on this video?
Yes.
Okay, or not video, this audio clip. Okay.
Is there anybody up here with us?
Right there. That's where it was, right?
Yep.
Okay. I heard. It did hear. It sounds like it says "go away." So go back, rewind that, turn your shit up, and you can hear a little tiny voice whisper, "Go away, go away." Mm-hmm. Did you go away? You probably can't even hear it at the time. Like you don't hear it till later on, right?
Yeah, I didn't hear it till after I was listening to the audio.
Doesn't that kind of suck that you don't hear the shit like as it's going on right there? You have to go back and replay and watch it.
Right.
So you guys are not just Oklahoma based. You guys are based in Oklahoma, but you go to other. How far does Night Terror Collective drive to do a haunt? Because it's on your dime, right? If you guys are doing a paranormal investigation, what's the furthest you'll go? If someone just calls you and is like,
if someone calls us,
I'm haunted.
then probably within like, a 3 or 4 hour drive. But if we prepped for it and had a little bit more, like if they sent us a little bit of evidence that was like believable and credible, then we might want to go further. But we've driven up to Kentucky, we've driven to Indiana, we've driven to St. Louis, Texas.
Is most of your business here in Oklahoma?
Well, yeah, usually if it's residential, yeah. Usually as far as like Oklahoma, Arkansas, since we're right on the border.
Okay.
But yeah, like she said, for our big investigations, we're going to a big location. We'll go wherever.
Okay, and if someone wants to get a hold of you, let's say they watch this, or let's say because we all, that's what's cool about doing a podcast and having YouTube videos is I get to kind of promote you guys on what I'm doing, and your fans might watch it, and my fans will watch yours when I'm talking about you guys.
Yeah.
So let's say someone does want to get a hold of you, and they want to call you. Is there like an 800 number to call? Is there a website? Is there an email address they would get a hold of you by? Well, it's like the number one way to be like, hey, let's start this conversation off and let's see if we can get some help with using Night Terror Collective.
Yeah, that's we're on all the social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, all of it really. But the easiest way is just to shoot us a message off of our group page or our business page on Facebook, and then we're pretty quick to respond. And, we have email and that kind of stuff too, but you can see that all on our business page. So.
Do you guys, and I've seen some of your live, when you guys go live on Facebook, I've seen some of your videos. Do you guys talk about a lot of what you've just recently have been doing as far as paranormal investigating, or is it just kind of a mix of everything?
On the show?
Yeah, on your guys' show.
On the show, we interview a lot of people in the paranormal field, from famous and not famous, from TV shows to just somebody that wrote a book 10 years ago and they're still trying to sell it about an experience they had. But we also talk about, we just changed it to a new season called Conspiracies, and we're going to be focusing more on things that are unexplainable, unsolved mysteries that are a conspiracy.
That's kind of cool. I think it's neat what you guys are doing. I think it's definitely an interesting field of choice and I'm sure it's never boring. I'm sure there's always something fun and something always to talk about. It's great for conversation. I'm sure amongst you guys yourselves, you guys love it. So Night Terror Collective, you guys want to just follow them on Facebook. If you have a paranormal investigation you want done, do you guys accept tips?
We accept tips. We just don't charge. We don't tell someone.
Are you not allowed to charge, or is there just too many other people doing it that don't charge?
No,
there's a lot of people that don't charge.
Yeah, that's one of our core things. You'll run into teams that do charge to come out and do that kind of stuff, but that's since day one. We'll never do that. So.
Did you want me to show you a couple of other pieces of equipment?
Oh, yeah. Show somebody. Go ahead.
Okay. This one is the cheapest thing that you can buy.
Thank you.
And I use it all the time, every time we go somewhere, and it's called an EMF detector. I think that everybody buys one of these because they're like $20 on Amazon. And you turn it on and you sit it somewhere that's not near a phone. Don't put your phone near it, and you're going to ask questions, and the stronger the spirit gets, to light it up all the way to the other end. You ask questions.
You don't want it really near any electronics then, right?
Right.
Mostly no, not if they're on. No.
Is there a ghost right near Rosie? It just turned red. Just kidding.
Okay, we did just use this recently though, and we actually did something weird. I had those chewy sweet tarts, and I had a green one, a red one, and a yellow one. And it was a kid's spirit I was talking to, and I said, tell me which piece of candy you want according to this, or color coded, and it matches this. And I was like, which candy do you want, green, yellow, or red? And it lit up to yellow. So I was like, here, I'm sitting this candy here. If you want it's yellow, take it. Yeah, because it matched the colors on this. It was weird. But that's one of the cheaper ones. Then we have stuff that's more advanced that costs a little bit more, but we still actually have a really good friend. Are we allowed to mention a team name or a company name if they're not going?
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, his name is Dee's Ghost, and he went on a very recent ghost hunt with us, and he's not going to care that we said that. He's not going to come back and try to be like, oh, you didn't ask my permission. But this is like the REM pod you saw in the video from Clayton House, but just a coffin-shaped one instead. So you'll see that it actually does light up when you get near and you break the EMF field.
Okay, so you put that when you lay that out somewhere where you think a ghost might come next to it. So if it goes off, that you're close. Because it has to be some sort of energy making it go off like that.
Yeah, you see the antenna here? I'm not touching it, so it's not doing anything. So for something to break its field of magnetic, like electricity, it would have to be a spirit if there's no one else near it and it's going off.
So do you bring all this equipment to every paranormal investigation that you guys do? Like, do you bring everything because you don't know what you're going to need?
Yeah, we don't always get all of it out, but we have been at the last 2 places that we went and laid it all out.
Because it would suck if you like went there like, oh man, we forgot to bring the one thing that you really should have brought. That you're like, oh, we're not going to need it. Then you need it, you know?
Yeah, we bring flashlights, we bring sage, we bring holy water, we bring holy oil, we bring the stuff that I've showed you, the spirit box that I showed you earlier with headphones. That's how you do the Estes method, by the way, that we mentioned earlier. You use this. You use these, and you blindfold yourself. You sit in a dark room. He asks questions where I can't hear him, and I just tell him the responses that I'm hearing, and then someone records it or writes it down.
You got to have a really good mental state to do this. Like, it could make you go crazy. It could make you paranoid just itself.
Yeah. And actually, you can be spiritually attacked.
I'm getting paranoid now.
Get some holy water. Get some holy water. And a young priest and an old priest. There you go.
That's why. Check out that song. All right. That was fantastic. I loved all the videos and the clips. And like I said, people that are watching this on audio or listening to it on audio, you can go check it out on YouTube if you want to see some of these videos and some of these pictures. And also check out my wife's YouTube as well, Pretty Kitty 405, all spaced out. And she's putting stuff in our own house on the channel, so it's really neat. And Jason, Rosie, please stay right there till after the outro song plays. I do want to thank all of our listeners. This was not a musical podcast, but kind of a different one. And I like to do this sometimes. I found this one very interesting. So check us out. Don't forget to subscribe and download all my audio or listen to my audio. And if you don't, that's fine too, but I hope you do. Okay. All right. That's all the time we got.
You will.
Peace out. Guys, stay right there. Peace out. Rock on. And much love.
This is the Loud Spot outro by Nothing Short of Tragic. Is this all talk with no action? No. Is this my thoughts with distraction? No. Is this what I bought that's in fashion? Or is this the Loud Spot with Sebastian? Yes. Does Nothing Short of Tragic have its back again? Yes. Does everything that's good really have to end? Yes. A pin post has a pin show, so to get more episodes, make an order, this is over.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.